The bill to ban assault weapons is
what is your
dozens of
definition of an
pages.
assault
There's no way I could define an assault weapon.
You don't have any. You're going to run this agency, and you don't have a definition of assault weapon.
I'll give you one definition that ATF
Give me your
currently
definition.
uses. One definition that ATF currently
Give me your definition.
I can give you one definition.
If you won't
that ATF
answer my
currently
question, how can I vote for you?
Listen, if you want to ban my gun, then define it. Kennedy asked one question, and what do we get from that? No answers.
Mr. Chipman. Who's Mr. Chipman? You're nominated for alcohol, tobacco, and firearms and explosives and all kind of other dangerous stuff. Is that right?
Yes, Senator.
Okay. You don't believe in private ownership of handguns, do you?
That's incorrect. I own one myself.
Do you? Do you believe in private ownership of assault weapons?
Yes,
What do you
sir.
own, by the way?
That's a pretty private question. I have I'll share the gun I'm proudest of. It's a Smith & Wesson Treasury commemorative gun, and the serial number is my birth date.
Oh, that's cool. Congratulations. Do you believe in banning assault weapons?
I do, sir.
Okay. Define assault weapons.
Assault weapons would be something that members of Congress would define.
Well,
Okay.
how do you define it?
Not much
You're
of an
going to be
answer.
running the agency.
Right.
Senator, I think this is a good question. If I am confirmed as ATF director,
I got 35 seconds left. Define it for me, would you please, sir?
Right. Oh, no.
What's an assault weapon?
yeah, Senator, the bill to ban assault weapons is
what is your
dozens of
definition of an
pages.
assault?
There's no way I could define an assault weapon.
You don't have any. You're going to run this agency, and you don't have a definition of assault weapon.
But I would be enforcing the definition that members
Yeah,
of
but you're
Congress
going to be
passed.
issuing rules and regulations. Just give me your definition.
I'll give you one definition that ATF
Give me your
currently
definition.
uses. One definition that ATF currently
Give me your definition.
I can give you one definition.
If you won't
that
answer
ATF
my
currently
question, how can I vote for you? I'm done, Mr. Chairman. I don't think I'm going to get an answer.
No. I don't think so. neither, bro.
Mr. Chairman, I wasn't going to say anything, but I feel the need to respond to the comments of my good friend Senator Klobuchar. I think even a cursory examination of Mr. Chipman's record and even a casual observer of his testimony can see that he is a zealot. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a zealot. This is America. You can believe what you want.
Right. Absolutely.
But he's being asked to run an agency whose mission is to even-handedly apply the law. And the reason I'm voting against this gentleman is because I believe he will use his position, based on his record and his testimony, to try to prosecute an agenda that he can't get by the voters through their elected representatives. And I wanted to say that for the record. Now,
When Mr. Chipman came before the committee, I asked him whether he believed that a law-abiding gun owner was a threat to public safety. Paraphrasing his answer, he said, "No, Senator, until they commit a crime." In other words, he views law-abiding citizens as potential criminals and uses that as a justification to restrict their rights under the Second Amendment to the Constitution.
Like before they do anything. Jeez.
Senator Blackburn, and Senator Leahy, I guess, I'm a gun owner, and I don't believe I'm a threat to public safety. I don't believe Senator Leahy or Senator Blackburn are a threat to public safety as law-abiding gun owners. I see them as exercising their rights under the Second Amendment, and I support that.
Absolutely.
Most of our states have license to carry laws. Some states, like Vermont, you can carry a gun without a permit. And my state is joining Vermont with recent legislative action because we don't believe law-abiding gun owners are a threat to public safety, unlike apparently the nominee. But I would just say that anyone surprised with the desire of American citizens to purchase firearms to defend themselves and their families and their property in response to the defund police effort, I can't imagine why they would be surprised. If people believe that the law enforcement in their community should be defunded, the combination of that, along with the Ferguson effect that I think former FBI Director Comey talked about, the hesitancy of law enforcement to aggressively enforce the laws because of fear that they would be criticized if not prosecuted. We've seen this reflected in the decreased morale of law enforcement departments all across the country, difficulties in recruiting, huge increases in police officers retiring. Morale in our police departments is in the tank, primarily because of this unjustified effort to attack the very people we depend upon for our safety. That more and more Americans are seeking to defend themselves by exercising their Second Amendment rights should not be a surprise. So, Mr. Chairman, I will not support Mr. Chipman's nomination for the very reason that he views all law-abiding Americans as potential criminals. I think that's disqualifying.
I am an avid gun owner, okay? And I'm not going to get too technical here, but just understand this here. I'm an avid gun owner, okay? Like on my way to my FFL, understand, okay? Suppressor, like I'm an avid shooter. I definitely believe this here. If you are an American citizen and you do not have a crazy criminal record, all right, I do think that you should be able to have a gun. That's it. That's it. That's how this works here, guys. All right. What is fair for some is fair for all. I'm aware that red flag laws are in many states here. Okay. That in itself, I think, started as like a solid idea, but not understanding how there are some super vindictive people that will just make things up about you for this because they hate you that day. I just broke up with this person and they have a gun. They really like shooting. So I'm going to go ahead and destroy their life by basically putting this on them to say they are this thing. And without any evidence, obviously, certain blue states are just going to immediately believe the young lady who's saying it. But I would personally say here, the most valid thing that I heard here, I never even looked at it from the angle of the idea that if you are in promotion of defunding the police, okay, and people still like the idea of keeping their families safe kind of at all times of the day and night here, how can you defund the police and then also attempt to remove firearms from people? That's super counterproductive. I don't see anything really good coming from that. It just makes people unsafe. That's the default here. Is that what you want? Like, is that your goal? Just to make people and their family feel unsafe consistently? Why? Those are the two things that definitely need to be rectified. Either you are going to throw the idea away of like defunding the police, okay, which doesn't make sense in the first place because some of the places that absolutely have the worst crime are the ones screaming defund the police, while then also in the same breath saying get rid of the guns. You guys do know that outside of your crime-ridden blue city, people have guns, they have land, right? And they don't have to worry about the idea of gun violence because there's just none of that there. America is different in this pocket and this pocket, right? You can't just put a blanket and say, because we have all decided to collect right here in this city, put a little bit more effort into understanding that New York City and some random town in Idaho, for example, have nothing to do with each other. And the things that are acceptable in Idaho may not specifically be even acceptable in New York City. I need you guys to understand that a good amount of like the blue state cities, okay, there are some things that make absolute sense for what they're going through in some of these places. But when you try to then adjust it and say that the entirety of the United States of America needs to live like you, it doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. You just have to be super smart about this. New York City is not Boise, Idaho. You guys all have an absolutely amazing day. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. And in the meantime, guys, I'll go ahead and catch you guys later.